You did an amazing job, come on. Let's hear it from Morecambe.
I'm back here now. Yep, we're just underway for the second half. How are we doing with the stream? Excellent. Can we put some sort of communication out on Twitter to reintroduce it? That'd be brilliant. Thank you. Okay, back underway, and I'm told that we are on air now. The good news, listeners, is you haven't missed any goals. You probably know that if you've been listening to BBC Lancashire. The not so good news is Aldershot are somehow not leading this game, despite 3 or 4 really good, presentable chances in the first half. Now, here's Charlie Warren battling away with Gwion Edwards, who sends the ball up the right-hand side. Good work from Christy Grogan, who comes across, clears away down his line. Ball's won by Gwion Edwards, cleared away, and Hargreaves is onto it. Plays it forward, cut out. Aldershot have got a foot on it again with Hill. It's into touch. It's a throw in to the shots. I've got a couple of messages, and Mike Winfield says we're on the radio. Lindsay Morris is asking me if we're still on. Well, we've never been on, Lindsay, so hopefully we are now. And Sheila Brinkworth says, Richard Bartlett says we're back, and hopefully Sheila's confirming we're back. Yes, we are indeed. Aldershot on the attack down the left-hand side with Ollie Scott. Looks to send the ball in. It's cut out behind. It's a corner to the shots. It's their 5th of the game. It's 0-0. They've hit the woodwork twice in the first half. 4 different players could have scored for the shots. Maybe, listeners, they were saving it for the second half, and the 300 to 400 shots fans away to our right. Got Brian Bloomfield alongside me. We'll get word from him in just a moment. But here we are, 2 minutes into the second half. Morecambe 0, shots 0. Henry with the corner. Half cleared, sent back in by Hargreaves, headed down and away again. And then Shackelford trying to get onto it inside the penalty area, finds Warren. Quick feet from him. One way then the other, squares it across. Cleared away by Morecambe. And Morecambe might get a counter-attack here as they break in forward. And good advantage played by the referee, and they slot the ball out to the left from Popov, and he finds Jack Nolan. Aldershot now with lots of bodies back, some defending to do. Nolan gets to the byline, it's half cleared and falls nicely to Ryan Hill. Hill plays it forward. Callum Stewart wanted to chase it, but he slipped, and now Morecambe play it out to the right hand side. Ball into Jack Nolan just inside the penalty area, back to goal, holds it up, drifts inside, trying to make room for a shot. Goes back to Gwion Edwards. Edwards makes room for a shot. That's saved in his midriff by Kanaya Boyce-Clark. Shot on target for the home side, Brian Bloomfield.
Yeah, I think we've just seen on the opening couple of minutes there the transitions. First of all, Morecambe defending in numbers. Aldershot couldn't really get a shot off. And then again, Morecambe on the attack, and again, Aldershot transition into defence very quick. And I have to say, both clubs need a point today, but more importantly, Morecambe really do need to actually win today. They need 3 points because other games I think are going against them. And
Callum Stewart plays the ball off a Morecambe player over on the left side into touch. Aldershot take the throw and go backwards initially to Scott. Scott now to Nightingale. Shots with a completely different proposition now, attacking into a backwind rather than a headwind. Here's Hill sending the ball in. That should go all the way through to the goalkeeper. Oh! James Henry ghosted in and almost got a flicked effort past the keeper. I think any contact, Brian, it would have gone in, but he didn't make it, and it went straight through to Mboni.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, Rob, I think he maybe didn't quite see it because he didn't attack it, did he?
No, it's a good knockdown from Christy Grogan. What a good game he's had so far this afternoon. Let's give you your Aldershot Town team. Boyce-Clark in goal, back 4 left to right. Scott, Grogan, Nightingale and Shackelford. And then the Hargreaves and Hill in the centre of midfield with Brodie Pert, James Henry and Charlie Warren supporting Callum Stewart in attack. Morecambe as follows: Miles Boney in goal, a back 3 of Ankil, Akindalini, Dean and Hogan. and then Gwion Edwards and Lewis Payne the wing backs, Miguel Aziz and Jan Songo in the centre of midfield, and then Paul Lewis in the number 10 behind Popov and Jack Nolan. Here Shackelford goes all the way back to Boyce Clark. The Shots in control of a lot of things, Brian, other than the scoreline.
Yeah, we've been very much in control, I felt, in the first half in the midfield. One thing I will say for the second half, it seems a lot more passion that's coming from the Morecambe fans, that's for sure.
Hargreaves has lost the ball. Jack Nolan's attacking on the edge of the area, trying to find room for a shot. It's well read and blocked by Christy Grogan. And Charlie Warren wanders back onto the scene to keep the ball in play. Now a ball through the middle towards Henry. Again, he's beaten to the ball in that central midfield battle, and Popov's in on the left side. He's offside, but that, Brian, we were talking more off air than on because we weren't on air, but you and I had a disagreement between how James Henry was looking in the first half. That example there, when there's not much time, just sometimes the more youthful legs are just getting the ball and getting the touches.
Yeah, that's true,
of him.
but also that wasn't the greatest ball from Christy Grogan.
No,
I think it was a 50-50 ball, and James Henry's never going to be the fastest man moving.
Exactly, he loves to mark space. There's a pass from Shackelford which is cut out by Morecambe, and then Songo was limping a bit following the challenge. Aldershot player goes down, Scott with a header. Little bit of a slip. Nolan's picked it up. He might make room for a shot here with his left foot. Is saved. There's a good firm shot from Nolan. Boyce Clark saved it. He spilt it briefly and gathered it again. Lively start to the second half, but still the game we thought might end 5-3 or 3-5 is 0-0.
Still is, and that was a good save by Connier there as well. Very gutsy going down at the feet.
Good ball out, switching sides from Pert to Shackelford. He's up against Aziz here, gives it to Warren. Warren gives it back to Shackelford. And now it's Aldershot's turn to attack. I think there will be goals in this second half, but who's going to get the first one? Shots desperately won. It is Charlie Warren. Squares it across to Stewart. Touches it back out to Ryan Hill. As soon as it's lifted up, it's a lottery, and it is a ball into the penalty area to the feet of Charlie Warren. Can't get it under control. Morecambe clear away. Christy Grogan battling away against Popov. Popov goes down, and referee Gareth Rhodes, not for the first time today, says get on with it, and he's been consistent with it. Here's Pert on the left hand side now, going up against Lewis Payne, trying to get his cross in. Stewart tries to get it under control. Warren does get a shot in, but he's off balance, and it's high and a little bit wide. The Shot's first real effort of the second half, coming in the 53rd minute, and it remains Morecambe 0, Aldershot Town 0.
Yeah, Warren going really high there. He most probably couldn't see that he had a lot of room to his right hand side. Shackelford was in a fantastic position if he got the ball to take it to the byline. But I have to say, Shots have started it again with intent. Morecambe have raised their game going towards their own fans.
Here's Morecambe looking to attack down the right hand side through Lewis Payne. He's got away actually from Scott, squares it in, and the ball's being held up by Jack Nolan. He's trying to get a shot away. Aldershot desperate, bodies on hand. Now there's a forward pass and offside. And I tell you what, Brian, let's talk about Jack Nolan. 12 goals in 12 games. He's looked the best player on the pitch today. But Aldershot appear to have done their homework, because whenever he's got the ball and gets anywhere near the goal, they're like a swarm of bees around him.
Well, he's got nowhere to move. I mean, there's 4 players around him closing him down, and it was almost like a panic, and he toe-poked it forward to a flown offside position. So Shots are defending very well, but also we're picking it up very quickly in the midfield and transitioning to the front line. We're actually playing very well.
Is Aldershot in possession just inside their own half. Nightingale almost gives it away, but the ball ricochets nicely to Ryan Hill. Good afternoon to Steve Ray, also to Lindsay Morrish, who said it looks like Tenerife weather. Believe me, it isn't. It's bitterly cold, 7 degrees, feeling like 2, but we are being warmed by the noise of both sets of fans, to be fair. Here's Hargreaves attacking down the left hand side, coming in, finds Pert. Pert tries a return pass to Hargreaves. He does get his shot away, but it's blocked at source. Morecambe send it back to their keeper, and he, off balance, clears forward. It's held up by Popov. He's got Ryan Hill in the back of him. This time, Hill with hands on does give away a foul. Morecambe take the free kick quickly up to that man, Jack Nolan, yet again. He's everywhere. Ball played back down the right hand side for Morecambe. and then off Popov and into touch and a throw in to the shots. Steve Ray, by the way, is a mate of yours, isn't he? He said he's listening into the dynamic duo from the warm Isle of Wight. Don't even try it on, Steve. We know it's just as cold there.
And Ryan Hill gesticulating there to his Aldershot teammates. Come on, pick it up. We've got this.
They haven't got it yet. I think it means we should have this. There's hands on from Brodie Peart this time, and a free kick to Morecambe out on the right hand side, about 20 yards inside the Aldershot Town half. Good afternoon to Richard Bartlett, Colin Hayden. So pleased that you guys have actually bothered to keep trying to come back to BBC Surrey. Mike Winfield is well. 0-0 here at the Mizuno Stadium in Morecambe, where there's a terrific level of support from the Shots fans. I have to say it is the Morecambe fans you can hear at the moment, and they've got a free kick out on the right hand side, a very high defensive line from the Shots, and Morecambe, unless the wind directions change, are going to set this up against the wind. It holds up against the wind. It's headed away by Ollie Scott, up in the air by a Morecambe defender, falls nicely for James Henry, gets the ball under control, sends it inside to Scott. Ooh. He changes it back over to the right, loses it, wins it again, plays it into the path of James Henry, who just gets his pass away before Aziz can take it off him. Callum Stewart going up against the Morecambe defence, comes back to Henry. Henry's got Shackelford here for support, and Shackelford sends it inside to Ryan Hill. Hill sends a ball out to the left looking for Peart. It won't find him, but guess who's from nowhere onto the scene? Yeah, Cam Hargreaves gets it, sends it to Peart. Peart back to Hargreaves. Hargreaves back down the line to Will Nightingale. One touch and he's going to go forward. He's been dispossessed illegally according to referee Gareth Rhodes. Free kick to the Shots. Now it's almost halfway inside the Morecambe half, and strong wind behind, but surely that's too far out to shoot. I mean, listen, Josh Barrett's not here today, and if he was, he definitely would consider shooting from here. And when I say he's not here, he may be down on the bench, I don't know, I've not seen him, but he's not in the squad is what I'm trying to say, and we wish Josh well. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. And James Henry stands over this free kick. He's come into the side for Barrett today, and it's a high defensive line on the edge of the penalty area. Not easy to get it over that, but then to also hold it up so someone can make contact. In it comes from Henry, headed away by Morecambe, hooked back in by Hargreaves, and it will disappear behind the goal away to our right. Still bathed in what looks like summer sunshine but feels like winter sunshine. 57 and nearly 58 minutes gone. Morecambe 0, Shots 0. Here's my co-commentator, former Aldershot Town director Brian Bloomfield.
Well, we've started very well this second half. I think it is sort of 50-50 at the moment. Morecambe have come into the game after a very, very slow game, where in the first half we most probably had 65 to 70% of possession. You mentioned earlier Cameron Hargreaves having a fantastic game. We've seen a bit of a difference today with Ryan Hill coming back in as captain as well, and we're actually on the ball on the left hand side at the moment.
Yeah, that's Peart making his way down the left. Good battle between Peart and Payne. Aldershot get the throw, take it quickly inside. Theo Widgeon comes back from a little warm up, and it's going to take a bit. Here's Shackelford up to Warren. Warren turns it inside looking for Henry. Poor pass, cut out quite easily by the Morecambe number 17 Paul Lewis, and then a petty foul from Charlie Warren halfway inside the Morecambe half. 59 minutes gone, so very nearly the hour mark. Who is going to make the first substitution today, and more importantly, who's going to score the first goal in the game in which we thought there'd be many? Popov is fouled. This time he does get the free kick, and Morecambe now have an opportunity to send in a dangerous ball into the Aldershot Town penalty area.
And the wind's getting up, Rob. You can feel that wind coming. Oh, here we go.
Ball comes in early, straight at Boyce Clark. A ridiculous number of draws so far today, and a ridiculous number also of 0-0 draws. So here's your latest scores: Brackley 0, Tamworth 0, Braintree 1, Carlisle 1, Eastleigh 2, Forest Green 2, Halifax 1, Scunthorpe 1, Gateshead 0, Yeovil 0, Morecambe 0, Aldershot 0. Sutton 0, Rochdale 0, Truro 0, Borehamwood 0, York 0, Woking 0. And only one game is being led by Solihull Moors by 1-0. Here's Gwion Edwards coming down the left side for Morecambe, and just as the Morecambe player stooped to head towards goal, the left foot of Ollie Scott comes and clears the ball away into touch. Thank goodness the header didn't connect. Thank goodness Ollie Scott's foot connected with the ball and not the Morecambe number 17, Paul Lewis's head. Otherwise, we could have had a goal or a penalty. Brian Bloomfield.
Yeah, that was a brilliant ball in from the left-hand side, and I have to say, Ollie Scott saved us there.
Really, really low scoring day in the National League, almost unheard of. And all the games level except for one. It's level here, but Morecambe might get a shot in. It's half cleared. Held up, back to goal. Shot comes in. It's blocked. Comes out to a Morecambe player. The shot came in from Popov, and Boyce Clark saved it point blank. Then the flag went up. It wouldn't have counted, but Kanaya Boyce Clark didn't know that, and that's a great 1-to-1 start.
Oh, that was an amazing save, and he threw his legs over very, very quickly over to the left-hand side of the goal. It was an amazing save. He didn't know it was offside, and I have to say, it is very much 50-50, and it could go either way at the moment. Morecambe do need the win. They're desperate for this win to keep their hopes alive.
As the ball goes all the way through to the other end. Let's be clear, I don't know if BBC Lancashire painted it this way, but Aldershot were by far the better team in the first half and created 4 or 5 chances to Morecambe's 1 or 2. It's still incredibly 0-0, and it's a much more even second half. Aldershot more dominant in the first, but still it's the woodwork twice that has denied Aldershot Town from taking the lead here at Morecambe. And we'll keep you posted as soon as there is a goal in a game in which we thought we'd be blessed with many. Today, it still hasn't come after 62 minutes, Gary. Morecambe 0, Shots 0. Throw in from Morecambe down to Aziz. Aziz wanders inside, eventually goes back to his goalkeeper. And still goalless as well, as I think I just mentioned, between York and Woking. Here's Christy Grogan breaking ranks to head a ball forward. Oh, now Callum Stewart is offside. He didn't look it to me, Brian.
That was very poor, Rob. He wasn't offside. No, very poor decision.
I think Warren might have been, but Stewart wasn't. Meanwhile, Morecambe come again with Aziz. Finds Edwards. Edwards gives the ball away. And Ryan Hill plays the ball down the right-hand side for Stewart to race with Hogan. Hogan does well. Pace not his main attribute these days. Is the ball picked out of the air by James Henry. One in the air by the head of Hill. Finds Stewart. Stewart finds Warren. Warren shifts the ball onto his left. He's cutting inside. He's trying to make room for a shot, but he's given the ball away. Aldershot then win the ball back brilliantly. Oh no, the referee's given a free kick. Not for Charlie Warren's. For the prior challenge, I think, from Ollie Scott, which didn't connect with the ball, and that might well be the right decision. It's a free kick to Morecambe in their own half, just on the edge of the centre circle. Brian.
Yeah, very disappointing. I thought Ollie actually did a reasonably fair challenge there, and the next one with Warren was nothing wrong with it. I don't know why he gave that. I think they're starting now to pick up the pace, Morecambe, so this is going to be an interesting last 25 minutes, Rob.
Yep.
And Azim's coming into the game as well.
Who?
Aziz,
yeah. No, I don't think Azim's playing. Yeah, but I get your point.
He had a very quiet first half.
Yeah, he had a big chance, the first chance of the game. There's a good pass from Aziz. He set Nolan away down the left side. Christy Grogan anticipated the ball coming in, sticks his foot up, diverts it into touch. Throw into Morecambe. Their fans, after taking a bit of a pounding in the first half but not conceding, are starting to get quite lively as their team attack the popular end, and I think they're starting to believe that they can strike first and they can win this game, but it's delicately balanced. They're going to try another long throw here from Harley Dean in from the left hand side. In it comes, headed away initially, but then comes back into the far post, downward header, volleyed away by Christy Grogan, and Callum Stewart will battle for this as the ball comes into touch and heading very close towards us, to be honest with you. Didn't quite meet us. Throw into shots on halfway, Shackelford to take, and it remains Morecambe 0, Aldershot Town 0. And this, if it finishes 0-0, has got to be one of the most unpredictable 0-0s in the history of football ever.
Well, I think so. As we said, we could have had 4 in the first half. I think definitely Morecambe could have had a couple of goals.
Shoving the back from Nolan on Hill, free kick to shots. Sorry, Brian, go on.
Yeah, and there's going to be a goal in this, surely. You can't end 0-0.
Could still be 2 or 3, yeah. Here's Birdie Pert on the left-hand side, going past Payne again, gets it in. Again, it's cut out, chest down, but Pert's almost back onto it. Now it's cleared away by Songo, chased hard by Lewis Payne on that right side, and he does well to win it and track back past a couple of Aldershot players and then play the ball back to his keeper, Boney. Boney clears forward. The ball holds up against the wind. Grogan jumps over the back of Nolan, and I think might have fouled him, but gets away with that one. Shackelford goes back to Boyce Clark. Boyce Clark sweeps it out to Ollie Scott on the left-hand side, and Ollie Scott comes over halfway, gives the ball away, but then runs back nicely onto it again and continues his run towards the penalty area. Tries a shot, it's on target and saved comfortably by Boney. But Ollie Scott, so good again today, and on the odd occasion he does lose it. It's amazing how many times he wins it back again instantly, isn't it? Yeah,
and he was quite a way out, 35 yards out, but it's worth having a shot because he's with the wind, and well taken by the goalkeeper though.
Yeah, 66 and a half minutes gone. Morecambe 0, Shots 0 on the 16th tour of duty, where Aldershot would love a win, Morecambe need a win. Morecambe run out of pitch, goal kick to Shots, and there's a good interview with Scotty Lorimer, who does a lot of the arranging of the tour of duty, available on the When the Flames Go Up podcast this week. Talks a lot about the history of the tour of duty, which is in its 16th year. Terrific atmosphere last night, I have to say. Brian and I popped along to a couple of the pubs that Shots fans were in. Here's a ball down the left side, chased hard by Stewart, but he won't keep that in play, and it will be a goal kick to Morecambe. And as the time and the clock ticks on, both sides now know, Brian, that if they can get that first goal, they haven't got too long to go into the game to defend it. Morecambe do have the worst record in the National League at holding on to leads, but Aldershot don't want to be testing that out.
No, and I think it'd be interesting because if we look down towards the bench now, it looks like Theo Widrington's about to come on, so we're about to make the first substitution, Rob.
Yeah, Morecambe playing the ball down the right hand side. Popov is making his way down there. Nightingale stands strong, sends the ball back inside to Boyce Clark. He can only clear it as far as Songo. Songo finds touch. Morecambe are a strange team to watch in the sense that they've got some players of real quality and some players that are a little bit lacking, and they've got, you know, moments of goals in them and moments where they can't defend. And we've not really seen a true snapshot today, have we? Because they haven't particularly looked like scoring, but they've actually defended for their lives. Here's the ball down the left-hand side. Callum Stewart will chase, unlikely to get there first. Hogan's going to hook it forward. Ryan Hill runs onto it nicely, wins the ball, gets it under control, and then ends up on the floor. No foul given this time. Ball's cleared forward. Nightingale wins it and finds Ollie Scott. Ollie Scott on the floor into the feet of Henry, who is fouled from behind by Hogan. And Aldershot Town can set up for a free kick here. They can send Nightingale and Grogan forward as Theo Widrington still waits to come on in this one. Is it going to be recent returning Cameron Hargreaves that comes off, do you think? Or is it going to be a change of formation? Let's wait and see. We'll get Brian's thoughts on the substitution when it takes place. But it's Theo Widrington definitely coming on. 69 minutes have gone now, and it remains 0-0. Here's James Henry, going to lift this free kick into the area, straight into the hands of the keeper. Nice and easy for Boney, and still Theo Widrington can't come on because Morecambe throw the ball out. The ball won there by Scott, goes to ground. Stewart involved, and then Nightingale plays the ball forward for Scott. Again, Scott couldn't take it under control, but the Shots have got a corner, and they might finally now make this substitution. Oh, they may have told the assistant referee the fourth official, sorry, just to hold off while the corner
John
stays.
said that, hold off and see what happens with this corner, Rob.
might be an indication of who's coming off. It might be a taller player, but you never know. Anyway, we're in the 70th minute of the 16th annual Tour of Duty. No goals so far. Morecambe 0, Shots 0. Corner to the Shots, which James Henry will take. Whipped in. Oh, and it lands on the netting above the bar, and even Boney in goal was scrambling away to his right there, wondering if that one was going in. Dangerously close, and if there's ever a day that you're going to send a ball straight in from a corner, it would be a day like today, wouldn't it, Brian?
Yeah, and I have to say, we've just had the substitution there, so James Henry has just come off for Theo Widrington.
And it's simple change with Hill pushing further forward now.
Yeah, and that's the right substitution to make. But you're right, that was a whipping of a cross at the corner with now the Morecambe goalie taking the goal kick, and it's held up in the wind on the halfway line.
Won by Grogan, headed backwards by Aziz, headed on by Hill, volleyed through the middle by Morecambe, and then headed into a bit of space really by Nightingale. That's all he could see. Scott's picked up the ball, he's run past one, he's run past a second player, and he's fouled again. And it wouldn't surprise me if Paul Lewis gets a yellow, because he has now committed a lot of fans, and the ref's actually saying to him, there, he's saying that's your last chance.
Yeah, it should have been a booking for that, because he really took him out there.
Gateshead have taken the lead against Yeovil. Brackley are losing at home to Tamworth. Finally goals are going in the National League. Lovely 1-2. Warren getting away down the right hand side. Goes down. For me that was a foul. Nothing's been given. And the players just have to get on with it, Brian. Yeah,
it was a foul, but I think unfortunately what happened there, Warren went down just a little bit too easy. I think that's why he didn't give it. It's the accentuated foul. He hasn't given it.
Okay, so James Henry off, Theo Widrington on, and it's still 0-0. Scott again wins a 40-60, pokes it forward but can only find Hogan. Hogan goes back to Boney, plays it down the middle. Grogan will get there first, touches the ball into the path of Raheem Shackelford. Shackelford down the right side looking for Warren. Ball's cut out by Gwion Edwards, who was a much more attacking player when the Shots played Morecambe at the EBB. He's had a lot of defensive work to do today. Here's Hill on the ball, sends it inside to Theo Widrington. Widrington gives it straight to Gwion Edwards, and Edwards plays the ball up the left. It'll bounce once, twice, and into touch. Going to take a few minutes for Theo to get the weight of the pass and the strength of the wind. We're going to get a substitution here for Morecambe, a double substitution. So Ogwuru and Sangare are going to come on. Who is going to go off for the home side? Popov is coming up. He is going to be placed by Ogwuru.
Yeah, quality player Popov, but I think he's had a bit of a quiet game, and I presume this is going to be a bit of a more attacking formation that's going to come.
Well, he's one of the two forwards anyway coming off, so I think that'll be a straight swap. And then Sangare is going to come on for Songo, and Songo was actually the captain. He's now given the armband to Gwion Edwards, and Sangare comes on to the centre of midfield to replace Songo. Okay, throw into the Shots halfway inside their own half. Shackelford takes it, gives it back to Theo Widrington. Ball sent forward, one in the air by Liam Hogan. Theo Widrington holds his ground, then hooks the ball over his head but can only find Sangare. Good chest inside from Morecambe, but then Aldershot win it back. Theo Widrington with a key touch, back to Nightingale, who finds Ollie Scott. Can Aldershot find a moment, any kind of moment, that pierces the Morecambe goal? It doesn't matter where it comes from, who it comes from, how it comes. They just need to get back to winning ways, Brian, don't they? As we said, it's more of a must-win game for Morecambe than Aldershot. Certainly would feel like a must-not-lose for the Shots. But here's a big ball hoofed forward by Morecambe, and then Christy Grogan takes no chances and plays it into touch, 15 yards inside the Shots half. Edwards picks the ball up, immediately steals 3 or 4 yards, and then stays where he is and throws the ball backwards to Mughal Aziz. Aziz back to Dean, and Dean out to Hogan. Hogan's very nearly dispossessed there by Pert, but he recovers his touch and plays the ball out to the right hand side. The ball is cut out by Cameron Hargreaves. The Shots working so hard over the course of the opening 75 minutes, which is the majority of the game, they should be ahead, but they're not. It's 0-0, and we're getting towards the business end of the game now, where any goal could be key. Pert's won the ball from the throw. Hargreaves has cushioned it back to Scott, who's played it down the left side. Callum Stewart's chasing, and well, I thought it was a risky back pass there from Akin Delaney to his keeper, and the ball still no goals, incredibly. In fact, to be fair, in the last passage since you joined us, we haven't really had too much in the way of efforts on goal. Ollie Scott burst forward and got a shot away, but it was always a comfortable save for Boney in the Morecambe goal. Stay with us for a moment though, as the shots are on the attack with Cameron Hargreaves. Squares it inside, that will be cut out by Aziz, but only as far as Brodie Pert, who scored a couple of beauties in the last couple of games. Can he find one today? Here Ryan Hill squares it inside, the ball comes into contact with the ref, and we'll have a restart, Gary. But 14 minutes left, and somehow, some way, on the 16th annual tour of duty for Aldershot Town supporters, it's Morecambe 0, Shots 0. Free kick taken short by Ryan Hill. Pert sends it in, bounces again straight through the corridor of uncertainty in front of a pair of players from either side. So difficult to read on that wind, Brian. Yeah, very difficult. I think both teams finding it very difficult to break down the opposing defence. I can see why John Coleman brought on Theo. He's gone very central in the midfield as a holding midfield player, trying to break up play. Yeah, he's just gone where Hill was, and Hill's gone further forward as a result. So now it's your normal, throughout the season kind of for lots of time pairing of Widrington and Hargreaves, with Hill ahead of them. Good cut out there from Aziz, and Grogan has to go back to Boyce Clark. Boyce Clark takes on the Morecambe player, and Aldershot momentarily lose it and then regain their composure. Boyce Clark finds Hargreaves, Hargreaves finds Nightingale, and the Morecambe supporters aggrieved that their side have not done more. Here's a little flick on. Can Callum Stewart get there first? He can't, he's just missed out on it, and Morecambe win the ball. Hogan plays it back to his keeper. It's frantic stuff, and I can only see this game opening up more and more and more in the final minutes. Now, rolling around in some discomfort on the far side is Callum Stewart, and Liam Hogan very sportingly puts the ball into touch, Brian. He's gone into that 50-50 ball there, hasn't he, Callum Stewart? And he was slightly late, and he got caught. I don't think it was a foul as such. I think it was desperation, wasn't it? Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. I mean, it's very windy, it's very cold, and sometimes when it is that windy and cold, sometimes when you get a knock, it feels twice as bad. And hopefully he's okay, and the physio can come on and make sure that he's okay. And that is the words of Brian Bloomfield, who's not only a former Aldershot Town Football Club director, but he's the former captain of his school team back in the day. So he knows exactly what he's talking about, does Brian. Before you come back on that, Brian, let's give our listeners an update on the other goals. Gateshead 2, Yeovil 0. Eastleigh 2, Forest Green 3. I have to say that I hope we haven't come all this way for a 0-0 on the tour of duty, Brian, but it has been a wonderful 24 hours or so. Great atmosphere last night. Great atmosphere from the Shots fans away to our right now, that I'm sure you can hear on our sound effects microphone. And it's not done yet. We've got 11 minutes plus added time to go. 0-0. Yeah, but putting the game into perspective as it stands now, at 0-0, that does a great service to us, as we know, and puts Morecambe in a very difficult situation. Always remember, we've still got one game in hand on everyone else. Let's look at those other teams quickly. Brackley 0, Tamworth 1, Braintree 1, Carlisle 1, Eastleigh 2, Forest Green 3 now. So none of those sides particularly prevailing. Gateshead continue their upward trajectory. 2-0 up against Yeovil. Solihull 1, Altrincham 0. Probably won't affect the relegation positions, particularly if Solihull win that. Sutton 0, Rochdale 0 is a rather surprising scoreline, as is Truro 0, Boreham Wood 0. where are these nil-nils coming from in the National League today? Sangare plays a ball through the middle. That will go straight through to Boyce Clark. I have to say, I think in terms of the conditions, the windy conditions, Aldershot have mastered them better in both halves, but they've not been the dominant force in this second half. It's been much more even, and just a couple of real chances for either side in this second half, where they've sort of settled into playing each other, if you like. Here's Warren receiving the ball on the right side, down in front of Brian and I, almost above the halfway line today. We can see the heads of John Coleman and Jim Bentley in front of us. Bentley, the bigger, taller the man. Not much in it as far as hair's concerned. Shot comes in from Ollie Scott, is blocked away. Back to Charlie Warren. Oh, such a weak shot from Charlie Warren. And we're used to seeing so much better, Brian.
We are.
Just gone a couple of 3 games without a goal now, and it seems to be showing in his play as it did at Woking.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Shackelford was on the right-hand side there, absolutely screaming for the ball. Was very frustrated not to receive that. But I think he had the right to have a go, but just couldn't quite get the ball off.
Red Blue Army is the noise now, away to our right. We haven't seen the crowd announced or the number of away supporters yet. Maybe we've missed that, maybe it hasn't come out, but Aldershot giving it away straight across the middle of the park here. Ball's played down the right hand side. Nightingale should get there first and does, and goes back to Boyce Clark. There's a late challenge on Raheem Shackelford, and a rather big ooh from around me, Brian. I'm not sure, somebody was grimacing now. Morecambe have got going to bring on the qualities of Ben Tollett soon, former Oldham and Tranmere player amongst others. Here's Aldershot on the attack. Hargreaves tries to get his man in on the left side. I wondered if Brodie Pert had been fouled. The free kick has gone the other way. We're going to see Kwame Thomas soon. I'm sure that's likely to be for Callum Stewart, who's sort of limping on out there, and he doesn't look in any too much discomfort, but has given his all this afternoon, had to run for quite a lot without too much cleaning service. Sutton 1, Rochdale 0. With 15 minutes to go. Aldershot on the attack here with Shackelford down the right hand side. He's got Hill inside of him. He's into the penalty area, sends it in. Shot is on target, spilled, followed up and saved. And again, Aldershot should have been scoring. Shot is straight at the keeper, and then it's spilled, and Charlie Warren arrived at the perfect time, but he couldn't put it away.
Fantastic stave by Miles Boney.
What a tackle there at the other end by Christy Grogan, who just reaches back and feels his hamstring. I think he's okay. 2 chances for Warren in 2 minutes, and he couldn't take them. On the follow-up, I fancied him there, but he just couldn't. And now we've got a long throw for Morecambe, who are going to make another double substitution. Jim Bentley is going to bring on Thomas and Tollett. So first off is going to be Paul Lewis in the centre of the park, and he is going to be replaced by George Thomas. And Ben Tollett is going to come on for Lewis Payne. So that's definitely an attacking move, and Morecambe, desperate for the win, have got 6.5 minutes plus added time left to do it. Kwame Thomas waits to come on. The long throw is going to come in now from Harley Dean. No, we're going to make the substitution. Callum Stewart is coming off and Kwame Thomas on. So 2 Thomases on to the pitch, 1 for either side, and Aldershot will want Kwame in there to defend this throw. He immediately comes in, and I think he'll be given the job of helping to mark Liam Hogan. Harley Dean leans back on the fence, sends in the throw. There's a little shove in the back of Ryan Hill there, not spotted by any of the officials. Hogan is now down on his haunches, limping a bit. It'll be another throw to Morecambe, further back, halfway inside the shots half this time. but again, he's more than capable of throwing it right into the heart of that area. Hogan jumps, free kick given away by one of the Morecambe players up from the back. I think it was Akindalemi, and Boyce Clark will restart the play. As you say, Brian, a draw and a point would be something for Shots today. Not ideal. Ball given away to Jack Nolan from the kick. Boyce Clark slipped. Nolan's battling away, trying to make room for a shot. Shots have quickly got players back. The ball's played out to Tollett on the left. He's up against Shackelford. Comes in, shoots. Side netting! Oh my goodness me, Brian Bloomfield. Hot in the mouth stuff there. As from his own goal kick, Boyce Clark slips and kicks it straight to Jack Nolan.
Yeah, I have to say it was a very unfortunate slip there. We'll just get the attendance. So Rob, did you hear that?
Yeah, brilliant. I did. And people in front of us standing to applaud. An incredible 451 Shots fans here today in a crowd of 2,950. But what about the game? It's still to be settled. 86 minutes gone. Hargreaves pokes it forward. Only to Dean. Dean plays it through the middle. Cut out by Grogan. Swung back from Morecambe. From the number 32, Thomas. Aldershot clear it away, up to Kwame Thomas.
And that's why
nicely into the path of Ryan Hill. He's into the penalty area. Oh, and he shoots weakly straight at Boney. And Aldershot Town have spurned 3 golden chances to get a winner in the last 6 minutes. They just can't put this game away. Widrington sends the ball out to the right hand side, finds Pert, who's now on the right, and Aldershot won't give up pushing for that goal. Wonderful burst forward from Hill, but he couldn't find the finish. Lovely pass from Grogan out to the left to Ollie Scott. Aldershot have created close to double figures chances today, but not managed to score. Can they score in the remaining 3 minutes? Goalless. Pert on the right hand side tries an early cross. Kwame Thomas has scored for the Shots.
Brilliant goal.
In the 88th minute, they lead at Morecambe on the 16th tour of duty. Kwame is the hero. Pert with the assist. Morecambe 0, Aldershot Town 1.
You know me, Rob, when a sub's made, I sometimes get over positive, and I didn't say I was pleased when Kwame came on because we needed that little bit more strength up the front. But not only that, I like the way he comes in, particularly behind the goalkeeper sometimes, and tries to get in on the ball, and he did that then. A brilliant move by the Shots. Wow, listen to our fans, Rob.
It's literally making hairs stand on end. We'll update our radio listeners when we can, but our online listeners, who I'm so delighted to say are with us in the second half, will now be aware that after pushing and creating chances in the 80th, 82nd, 86th and 89 minutes, the Shots have finally scored. It's Kwame Thomas off the bench. Brodie Peart with a wonderful cross in from the right, and Kwame Thomas stretching out a foot and getting it over the line. The Shots, who've been dominant in terms of chances in this game, probably scored with about their 10th or 11th chance, and it's Kwame Thomas off the bench who's sent the 451 Shots fans into absolute raptures. Away to our right, can the Shots win on their 16th annual tour of duty? We'll let you know once the added time has elapsed, but at the moment, Morecambe 0, Aldershot Town 1.
And a big shout out to Raheem.
I was doing the update on the radio, sorry, but no worries.
No, a big shout out to Raheem Shackelford, who's just been subbed by DJ Tackett. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic game.
Yeah, he had a really good game. Here come the Shots again, Brodie Peart. Wonderful assist from him there. He's carrying the ball at the moment on the right hand side. He's done a nutmeg and got away down the right, squared another ball. That one will be cut out by Aziz. Turns inside dangerously, clears the ball away to the right hand side, finds Gwion Edwards. It's the Shots fans only you can hear now, but Morecambe are not done yet. They'll still fight for every remaining added minute, because we've reflected on things from Aldershot Town's point of view, Brian, but this was a must-win game for Morecambe, and at the moment they're trailing as we head towards the final 10 seconds of the 90, and we keep an eye for the fourth officials board. Kwame Thomas gives the ball to Charlie Warren down the left-hand side. 6 added minutes we're going to have. Warren's got down, and Charlie Warren has been fouled on the goal line as the 6 added minutes goes up. John Coleman holds his hand to his head. He wonders, is this going to be the moment that the Shots finally put this one to bed? Charlie Warren fouled, penalty to Aldershot, and the skipper, Ryan Hill, is going to take it right on the 90-minute mark as the added 6 minutes went up. Aldershot missed, of course, their last penalty, but can they score this one? Ryan Hill, 3-0 up they were the other week at home. Right on half-time, Hill put one over the bar. I think we can be certain this one's not going over the bar. Will it find the back of the net? Ryan Hill steps up and scores. Keeper goes the wrong way. Aldershot Town are going to win the 16th annual Tour of Duty, and they're going to do it in Morecambe's own backyard on a day when Morecambe may well be heading all bar mathematically for the National League North.
That's a fantastic penalty, Robbie. Put it right in the top right-hand corner. What an amazing penalty. Just bearing in mind, a couple of minutes before, he had that weak shot, and I thought maybe his legs were slightly going, but the power he put that into the back of the net. And the Shots fans, 451 or 61, whatever it is, absolutely delighted. And I think that's it. That's unfortunate for Morecambe.
All right, Brian, I'm not sure if we're live on update. You might are live on the radio. You might have just done the update, but if you are still with us, just to confirm, it's Morecambe 0, Aldershot Town 2 here at the Mizuno Stadium, and I'm sure our radio listeners and our online listeners will forgive us a little bit of excitement that Aldershot Town have finally caused. They kept us waiting a very, very long time, but they've given us not one but 2 moments. Here's another shot from Aziz, saved by Boyce Clark at the second attempt. And my voice is starting to go now, Brian. You may have to end up finishing this commentary.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought I'd chop in there because I thought you were struggling. And I have to say, this wind is causing Morecambe a lot more problems than it's causing us. And that's where that second penalty really decision came from.
That's Brian Bloomfield. I'm Rob Worrell. We're bringing you National League action from Morecambe where the ball comes in and Aldershot will clear it behind. Momentarily, if Christy Grogan had left it, Boyce Clark would have had it, but they're taking no chances. They want a win today. They want a clean sheet today. They don't have many of either in recent weeks and months. If you're going to do it late, do it in front of 451 jubilant Shots fans. In comes the ball from Morecambe, headed behind.
Oh, what a save.
Wonderful save from Boyce Clark to bundle it aside for a corner. Shots don't just want the win, they want the clean sheet. And
that was a brilliant save, Rob. I actually thought that was in. How he flung himself over from the right side of the goal, right over to the left, right onto the far post. Brilliant save.
Corner then to Morecambe with 3.5 minutes through, an added 6. In it comes from the left towards the far post. It's over, everybody goes behind. And listen to this, listeners. It's a free kick to Shots, but Boyce Clark, Ryan Hill and Christy Grogan all ended up on the floor, stretching every sinew. There's a Morecambe player down as well inside the net. Let's not forget the home side here, Brian, just for a moment. This is ecstasy for the Shots fans on the Tour of Duty, but it's agony for Morecambe. This was possibly their most winnable game remaining, and they're rapidly running out of time and games, and they just don't have enough points.
Rob, they would have looked at the last 6 games that we lost and they would have thought were for the taking. But we knew we had changes today, and those changes have been perfect for Aldershot. And to be honest with you, I think Morecambe have done their best, but they haven't actually been good enough on the day. They had a bit of resurgence, but today they haven't been at their game. And Aldershot have played really well. We've deserved this.
Certainly have. It's just been an awfully long time coming. Wonderful noise from the Shots faithful, and we just need to see out another minute or so here at Morecambe, where it's Morecambe 0, Shots 2. Somewhere in all the madness that's been going on, I think I might have failed to mention that Dayan Tetek is the player who came on for Raheem Shackelford a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, I mentioned it, Rob, anyway. So
Shots coming down the left, and no way. I thought my eyes were deceiving me, but they weren't. Will Nightingale was bombing down the left wing, and he's won a corner for Shots. Will Nightingale, we love you. We love you. I mean, it's only a matter of a clean sheet to protect, but Will doesn't care.
Oh, when that second goal went in, Rob, when Ryan Hill scored that penalty, they rushed over to the Shots faithful. That was brilliant to see, wasn't it? The passion of this team getting that second goal was fantastic to see with the fans.
Shots have taken a short corner, they've got it. Theo Widrington's going to send the ball into the penalty area. It's going to bounce once, twice and go away behind the goal. But the 6 added minutes are up here at Morecambe, and we're going to get back underway, and I'm going to just film these last few moments, because already the noise from the Shots faithful is so loud, and just look at them celebrating away to our right. They know now, like Shots knew at Wembley back in May when Josh Barrett put that ball in the net, that they're going to win. They're going to win the points today. No trophy, but they're going to take a huge step towards safety in the National League this year. And they're 2-0 up. Still the referee plays on. He's played 45 seconds more. Ball comes forward again. Flicked on by Morecambe. Sent out to the right hand side. Breon Edwards will chase it, but Ollie Scott gets there first, plays it off him, and it bounces down the left side. There is the final whistle, and the Shots fans are jubilant. They've done it on the 16th annual tour of duty. Aldershot Town have prevailed here at Morecambe.
We deserved it today, Rob. We set our stall out. We had a much stronger midfield. We changed it up in the second half as well. I thought Theo Widrington coming on was a good substitution for Henry at the right time, and that solidified it in midfield. 2 good goals. Kwame Thomas coming in at the far post from a brilliant cross, and then Ryan Hill's penalty. Absolutely exceptional performance from the Shots, and 451 Shots faithful going home very, very happy.
Okay. We've got to update our radio listeners soon.
We're off now. Are we off?
No, I said we've got to update our radio listeners. Just enjoy the sound away to the right, Brian.
Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful stuff. We'll come back to you for a man of the match in a minute. Okay. Just get Are we on air with you? Sorry. So much noise here. Did you want a full-time report? Okay, will do, yeah. Okay, lovely, thank you.
Once again, thank you for your support. It means absolutely everything.
So just for the benefit of our online listeners, in a minute or so we're going to do a radio report. But right now, I'm going to describe to you, as the Shots fans go over to greet their supporters after the 16th annual tour of duty. It's Aldershot Town that have prevailed in front of 451
supporters. 6 straight defeats have been followed by a win and a clean sheet on the road. Oh, if only it could be the tour of duty every week. Final score, Morecambe 0, Aldershot Town 2.
And I think, Rob, after those 6 defeats, we weren't sure what was going to happen today, to be honest, but we knew we were getting a couple of players back where they're going to make a difference. And look at that. I mean, that's a fairy tale match ending, isn't it, over there in that corner?
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's beyond the Shots fans' wildest dreams. And
that's why we follow the Shots. For days like this, Rob.
It's all about days like this, and so often it's the hope that kills you, but it didn't today, Shots fans, did it? They've got it done. They've got it done on the road on a difficult day for Morecambe as well. But just listen to the noise of the Shots fans while I try and compose myself, ready for the radio match report. Let's get ready to do this report.
What do you want to do?
Brian's going to get his man of the match ready. You just get your man of the match ready. I'm going to do the report. Yeah, don't talk yet, Brian. Don't talk. Just pick your man of the match. Yeah, get that ready. Yeah. Build it up a bit. Get a couple of
Other people.
Yeah. Apologies to our online listeners, I'm on standby to do a radio report, so that's why it's got awfully stunted in the last few minutes.
Nope, he doesn't need to come up here today, by the way. I'll be down. It might be a day to talk to the captain, or who are you going to talk to?
I'll let there's quite a few.
Just let's do different ones, yeah.
I'll let you have first choice.
Okay, lovely.
You can have Hilly if you want.
I wonder if between us, we probably should give Kwame his moment, you know, but I think I'll talk to Hilly because
I like to do Kwame.
Okay, let's do that.
They made us wait, but we got there.
Honestly, voice is nearly gone. I've got to do the full-time report, so I've got to go, Colin, but that was worth waiting for, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure. Do you have a preference either way?
Sorry?
So what you want to do?
Oh God, I've still got to do the full-time report. It's absolutely killed this moment. It could have been amazing. I will run through the other scores today shortly, and Brian will give you his Aldershot Town man of the match. We haven't forgotten you, listeners. What a comeback from Rochdale. 1-0 down with a quarter of an hour to go against Sutton, and they're 2-1 up now in 90+7. Amazing. Gary Michael D says, great win, there's some real emotion in that grainy voice. Thank you, Gary. And Eastleigh 2, Forest Green 4. Brackley 0, Tamworth 1. Braintree 1, Carlisle 2. Halifax 1, Scunthorpe 2. All right, let me compose myself for this match report. Yes, Adrian, after 6 straight defeats for Aldershot, they dug deep. They went for the tour of duty, the 16th annual tour of duty, and ridiculously brought 451 supporters to the northwest coast. They played well throughout, they created the better chances, but inexplicably, as we reached 80 minutes, it was still 0-0. Aldershot then went on to spurn 3 chances in the next 6 minutes, and finally still took the lead on 87, and on 90 they doubled it. You'll have to forgive me, all the composure's gone, but what I can tell you is that Brodie Peart got down the right, crossed it in, Kwame Thomas poked it over the line, he'd only just come on as sub, and then Charlie Warren was brought down and the skipper Ryan Hill tucked it away. We've been fighting against the noise, the cold, the wind and everything, and Aldershot Town have been fighting against a disease called losing football matches. Today they've ended it on the tour of duty. It may be one of the final nails, sadly for them, in Morecambe's coffin, but Aldershot Town today have taken a massive step towards safety and being in the National League again next year. Final score, Morecambe 0, Aldershot Town 2. Okay, Brian, over to you. Your man of the match today, and I'm sure there'll be 2 or 3 contenders.
Well, I think maybe there might have been 4 or 5 contenders, but there's no doubt that the game changed today from what we've seen recently with both Cameron Hargreaves and Ryan Hill coming back. Ryan Hill was captain, had a fantastic game. Cameron Hargreaves is normal tenacity in the midfield. The forwards were very good, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do today. Before we went 1-0 up, Conor Boyce-Clarke did 2 amazing saves. He actually stopped one with his legs where he threw himself. I don't know how he did it, but he sort of managed to get his left leg over to the right goalpost and stop a block. It was an absolute fantastic one, and then he threw himself again over to the right hand side. An inevitable goal. I thought it was in, actually. I was just about to say it's 1-0, we're down, and he saved again. So in order to win, we had to stop those 2 going in. So my man of the match is Conor Boyce-Clarke, and I think he really deserves it today, because without those saves we would never have won.
He certainly deserves a mention for those couple of good saves, and another one as well to keep the sheet clean at the end of the game, to be perfectly honest with you, because Aldershot would have still won, they'd have still taken home the 3 points, but there'd have just been the final taste wouldn't have been the best one. I think it's a tough one to call, as always. Great to see the skipper back in the side, great to see him stepping up and taking the next penalty again as well. And we'll talk later to Ryan Hill, for you Shots fans. We'll talk to John Coleman as well, and hopefully he'll have a smile on his face. Brian, it's been a great weekend overall, and in the end we got what we wanted.
We certainly did, and as I said earlier, to see those Shots players go over to our fans to celebrate what has been a difficult, 4 or 5 weeks after 6 defeats on the trot was absolutely fantastic. 451. I mean, I don't know if any other club, particularly in the south, would have taken that number after that run of defeats. I know it's the tour of duty, but what an event today, what an occasion. And I've got my voice because I've hardly said anything, Bob. So thank you very much for keeping my voice.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining me today. Let's just run through those final scores, which I think have gone really well. Aldershot have done their job today, but Tamworth have beaten Brackley, Carlisle have beaten Braintree, Forest Green have beaten Eastleigh, Aldershot have beaten Morecambe. Rochdale have beaten Sutton. Truro, to their credit, have got a 0-0 draw against Boreham Wood. And York City, late on, have beaten Woking. So both York and Rochdale prevailing again in their ridiculous battle at the top of the league. But for Aldershot Town, we already knew they couldn't climb a place today. But what they have done is they've taken the gap to safety up to 7 points now. Brackley 38, Braintree 35, Morecambe 34 and Truro 30. Above them, Eastleigh 42, Gateshead 43 and Aldershot Town 45, Sutton 46, Yeovil 47, Altrincham 47. Aldershot still not quite mathematically done, but a big step closer today.
Yeah, and let's not worry about the teams below us now, particularly, unfortunately, Braintree. That was a very bad result for them. They got a hard run in. Today is about savouring what we Aldershot have done. Aldershot Town Football Club have come to Morecambe and we've gone away with a 2-0 win.
Excellent, that's Brian Bloomfield. I've been Rob Worrell. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll speak to you again from the next game. Can't even think when it is at the moment, but I think it's next Saturday. Final score on the 16th annual Tour of Duty. Aldershot have won 2-0 at Morecambe.